Welcome back, boys and girls. And it is getting hot in Virginia. And today I'm going to talk about the rangefinder, a binocular, and spotting scope for my Montana elk hunt. And I just want to keep this video very real. I don't want to buy a bunch of new equipment before I actually go hunting. So I'm going to use what I have, and I'm also going to borrow things from my buddies and then actually hunt with them. And then after a couple of hunts, when I know exactly what I want to buy, that's when I want to spend my money. So I just want to let you know that I'm trying to keep this real. And before that, I actually want to thank you guys for the comments that you gave me on my last video. And it got me kind of thinking, because one of my viewers told me that stainless steel was not hard enough for elk hunt. So I actually have another knife that I'm gonna show it to you and see what you guys think. And one of my other viewers told me that he has a hunting knife with a gut hook on it, which was very, very useful. So I actually have one of those as well. So I'm gonna show you that as well, and then see what you guys think. On my last video, I talked about the hunting knives that I'll be taking to Montana with me. They're both by Gerber. And one of my viewers told me that he has a hunting knife with a gut hook, which is very, very useful. And I actually have one of these. It was given to me by my hunting buddy Doug. And it's got the serrated blade as well. And this is also very sharp. So I have that, but this is a little bit heavier than what I was planning to take with me. And then my other video was telling me that the stainless steel was not hard enough for the elk hunting. And I actually have one of this knife. This is made by Western Boulder, Colorado. And I picked this up at a garage sale probably about 18 years ago. Didn't think much of it. I just bought this because this looked really cool. I mean, it looked like, it looked very original. It looked like something that Boone and Cracker would carry with him. And I just bought it. I threw it at wood stump, and didn't break nothing. And believe it or not, even though it looks really old, it does have very sharp blades on them. And I know this has a harder steel than stainless steel. So, but again, this is also a little bit heavier. So I'm thinking, should I take two of this or just go with my original plan? I'm not sure yet. You guys tell me what you think. And one more cool thing is that I paid $30 for this knife 18 years ago because I just like the look. I thought I paid a little too much for it, but after hearing from my viewer, I actually dug this out in my gun safe because I had it in there, forever, it seems like, and I didn't really think much of it. But just yesterday, I went online and then typed in that Western Boulder, Colorado, and then it's got a pattern number on it. And I actually found the exact same knife with the same pattern number on it for $177 at eBay. So I was really surprised. This knife is actually worth something. So, well, again, you guys tell me what you think. For the rangefinder, I have this one here. It's by Nikon. It says Nikon Laser 440. So my kids bought this for me on Father's Day probably about 15, 16 years ago. And this is great. I mean, for the hunt that I do here, I use it mostly for the archery hunting. And I hardly use it for the rifle because the range that I shoot is under 200 every time. And usually it's within 100 yards. So I don't really need this for, the rifle season. And then I have another rangefinder by Nexstar. This was given to me by my brother when he sold all of his guns to me, and I bought it just to help him out because he was moving from Colorado to New York. So in New York, they don't allow guns, so he had to, sell them. So I bought all his guns, and he gave me this with it. Now this measures up to 800 yards, and this measures up to 440. I went out there and measured it. Now the Nikon, when you press the button, you'll give the reading like instantly. Now with this one here, this is a bit cheaper one. It takes a little while. It takes a couple of seconds, and I noticed that further you measure, longer this one takes. Now I measured it out to even leave it over 1,000 yards with this, and it will give you the reading. It's just that you have to make sure you hold it in one spot while this is measuring the distance. And this has power 6 in magnification, and this has power 8. So I tried to take a video of what's it's like to measure with either one of these, but it's not a very good quality, but here it goes. I will be taking both of these with me just in case one of them fail. Now let's talk about the binocular and spotting scope. I have one spotting scope. I had it for 18 years, and this is really cheap one. I think I paid like $59 or $69 for it, and it's by Costco, and it's power up to 36. And this served well for me at shooting range at 100 yards, had no problem. But this is not really for Montana elk hunt. So I asked my hunting buddy Ron about buying a new spotting scope, and he told me having one is useful but not necessary. He says it's better to have a good pair of binoculars. So this time I'm not taking my spotting scope or even buying a new one, but actually work with the binoculars that I have. Now I want to keep my video pretty real, where I'm not buying a bunch of new equipment for my first elk hunt, but I actually want to use what I have or borrow my hunting buddy's equipment and see what works for me. And then after a couple of hunts, I could decide what I want to buy. So this is a binocular that I have. It's by Bushnell, and this is 16 by 32. And this is really cheap scope. At Dick's, I think I paid less than $50 for it. And I bought this for the shooting range, so I don't have to keep looking through my spotting scope. This was easier for me. But anything beyond, I would say about 250 yards, the image gets really iffy. So I'm not taking this with me. But my hunting buddy Doug has quite a few binoculars, and these are the two that he could lend me. And first one is Nikon Prostaff 7S. This is waterproof, and it's really nice one actually. I looked through both of them, and they have a very clear image. And the second one is Nikon Prostaff 3S. This is 10 by 42, and the 7S was 8 by 30. Now, originally I thought about taking the smaller one because it's lighter, but when I went out and looked through it, they both have a really nice clear image and has a really nice wide view, so I could find my target. But beyond about 500 yards, that 2 power makes a big difference in my opinion. So if I was looking through like 700-800 yards, this really served me much better than the smaller one. So even though this is a little bit heavier and bulkier, I'm thinking about taking this. If you guys have any comments about which one I should take, let me know. But this is the one I'm thinking about it right now. And lastly, like always, thank God for what you have, enjoy your life with what you got, but mostly remember, one man's trash is another man's treasure. See you.